Welcome to another edition of Conversations with the Artists with yours truly, DJ Timeless, the show where we get to talk to the artists, we find out more about them personally, and of course, some of the songs that you love to hear on the air and just generally in fets, all right? So that's what the show is all about. Now, this week, it's a little ticklish because we're trying to juggle between two countries. He represents Barbados, but he also carries the flag of St Lucia. Who are we talking about? When it comes to lady tunes, we are talking about one guy, and his name is Mr. Hypasounds.
Hey, what's up, Timeless?
It's good to see you, my brother. All is well?
Yeah, man.
Welcome to Conversations with the Artists. Now, for those watching and they're wondering, who is Hypasounds? Let's talk a bit about you personally.
Hypasounds, a fan of music, entertainer, producer, songwriter, a dad, just vibes, a DJ.
Where did it start for you, Hypasounds?
It all started back when I started DJing in 1999. Still going to school, doing a lot of mixtapes for the ZRs, the Vans, and from there we then went on to take over the streets as one of the main DJs in the streets. Try some stuff at radio, and the passion that I have for music and the talent that that people be telling me, yo, you got this vibe, you should really explore different avenues with the music because you got the following. I started doing then singing when I released my first single, Sunshine Girl, 2006, actually 15 years ago. Yeah. Wow. And from there, went into the producing, songwriting, world traveler, representing my country to the max.
Let's talk about, because you said, it started for you in the DJing world. What made you decide that, you want to get into DJing?
Well, my dad was a DJ, and music was in the blood right through. My grandfather used to play drums, and a family friend, I would say, Speedy. He was in the music industry the same way. Through My Avenue used to be the one of the main guys in the Landship band, where the top band. So music was always there, and I guess the DJ side came from my dad.
What was it like being in the DJ world? I know you're representing the St. James area, and sometimes some areas get these little bad reps, for, certain people and activities and such forth. Let's talk a bit about that and choosing, you said your dad was a DJ, but choosing to follow in that line, and what was it like actually playing as a DJ?
Playing as a DJ, it was good vibes, man. I represented the North, the West Coast of the island. We used to carry the name as Hypasounds West Coast #1. And I had a good following, so it was just to maintain and show my skills a lot. I was known for a lot of mixing and being creative on the mic, and just stuff that now that DJs will be doing just to stay relevant. And I had, like I say, had the following. It was ladies. A lot of ladies used to follow Hypasounds. Shout out to each one of you that read Hypasounds from day one. So because this music was in the blood, it's like, don't care what else you're supposed to do. I can remember I had many jobs, gardener, construction worker, a general worker, washing cars, but it's just something about the music, being a communicator at a top restaurant on the West Coast, and quit that just to be involved in music and in the early stages of DJing.
Like I said in the intro, you're juggling between Barbados and St. Lucia. Let's talk a bit about that and the influence of having to juggle the two into your music.
The St. Lucian background. My parents from St. Lucia. The majority of my family from St. Lucia. Shout out to all the Lucians out there. And I grew up in St. Lucia in the early stages I can't remember the age group, but early ages.
Early ages.
So always going back to St. Lucia, to Barbados. Every time you get a vacation, it wasn't about spending Easter with your friends flying kite, or Christmas, you're going shopping, you don't know nothing about that. From the time school is over, that last day, the next day, we out to St. Lucia for the entire vacation. So, growing up and being exposed to that culture, which would have been the zouk, the kadas, and so that's where, when I started to actually sing now, that's where the whole vibe, because I don't really know much about the Bajan culture, although I live in Barbados. I don't really know much about the Bajan culture, but I could tell you, I know the zouk style, I know how to flow, and of course, being around my grandmother and spending a lot of time in St. Lucia, I could speak the language. So I said, they call me a Bar Lucian. Yeah.
Let's talk now about transitioning from the DJing world into singing.
Mm-hmm.
What pushed you in that direction?
What pushed me in that direction? I would say being the type of energy that I used to feed off from the DJing, rewriting the plates, writing stuff just so when I go on the mic to freestyle over instrumentals. And I said, at a point in time, like I said, I used to run the street as a DJ, but we all know back then in those times, when crop over hit, it's nothing that goes on. Everybody pause for crop over. So I say, you know what? I can go into the singing, but I'm gonna do it my way. I got the ladies following Hypasounds.
Right.
So what everybody would be expecting, Hypasounds as the hypest DJ all over the place playing, I can take it smooth and groovy for the ladies and eventually, gradually just grow into it. It was a hard transition, very hard transition, because some people don't understand being on stage as a DJ and being on stage actually singing your own music is totally two different things.
Total different energy.
Yeah.
All righty then. All right, so let's dive into the music now. You came on the scene in 2006. Now, I'm going to ask you first, did you write anything before coming on the scene in 2006, or was that your first chance at really writing a soca song?
I would say that would be the first chance writing. I had went to a studio, Radar Studios, with this artist Black of Fire, and we was just messing around the studio, and we used to just do some stuff. But actually, the artist career started in 2006 with Sunshine Girl, where I took it serious, where it was a production, it was a full structure song, and was ready for airplay.
Well, let's talk a bit about writing that one. Let's talk a bit about that.
Sunshine Girl.
Sounds like there's a story behind this song.
Sunshine Girl is just what it says. It's a true story. Everything from the intro, it's your boy Hypasounds straight down. It was just me expressing myself. Expressing myself, how songs go. But then it turned out to be something that a record that was well received and loved, and ladies used to love. A lady loved to hear somebody say, "You, my sunshine girl." So it coming from a true story into just being one of the most popular records of that year, my first year, the breakout, being nominated for awards on the first year, is just a feeling and a vibe that will stay with me forever. Shine.
Who is the young lady that is a sunshine girl? That's the big question.
Any person could be a sunshine girl. All the ladies out there.
No. Stop.
All the beautiful ladies out there are sunshine girl.
Let's talk about the person.
My mom is a sunshine girl. My daughter's a sunshine girl.
Let's talk about the person you wrote the song for. Yes, so who is that sunshine girl?
A sunshine girl.
So you're not saying who the person was?
You can't reveal them things. You can't reveal them things. That's 15 years ago. I even forget now. I mean, you know how much songs I wrote after that?
So what was the response like then from that person when you released that song? Remember that?
It was like a happy moment to see that, just put in everything that we used to talk about. Things we used to be in Barbados would say kicks, gimmicks about, say things like how I say like it's your boy Hypasounds. That just would be just a slogan, me just kicks, and when they come around saying them things, to see actually put piecing it together and telling a story. And I think that's when I realized that I can really do this thing because I put a feeling into a song, just telling my story, not interested at the time like if it would have been received. And hearing it was just happy moments, man. You know, like, I mean, I end the day, I guess you're hearing a song on radio and you know it about you, or like, come on.
Let's stick in this track coming on from Hypasounds, the song that really put him on the map from 2006. The track is called Sunshine Girl.
You know it's your boy Hypasounds. I'm doing this for my sunshine lady. She's my baby.
You are my sunshine girl, my sunshine girl, my sunshine girl. You rock my world. You are my sunshine girl, my sunshine girl. You rock my world, yeah, yeah, boy, yo. From the day you stop and I look into your eyes, girl, you got me hypnotized. Is there not I realize? It is with you that I wanna spend my life. Come home to you every night, 'cause you got me mesmerized. Baby, there could be so much fun in our lives. Just tell me you'll be my wife. It's nothing that I think twice. There ain't no space for no other ladies. Just let them know you're my baby, and that's the way it should be. You are my sunshine girl, my sunshine girl, my sunshine girl. You rock my world. You are my sunshine girl.
Sunshine Girl coming on from Hypasounds. 15 years since then. What's the feeling like still hearing this song?
Honestly, I want to make some more songs like Sunshine Girl, honestly, because I still get booked. Well, obviously we're in pandemic now, but I used to still get bookings to just fly all over the world just to attend to be a surprise at functions, at wedding receptions, to perform this song, just this one song, you know. So it kind of showed me like the message that you put in records is very important, because 15 years, 14 years, and it's still heavy. It may not be, I don't really put it in my set because it's a real emotional song, but to know that it could fit for any age group. And come on, people get married like nearly every month, every week. So to know that helped mold and build the brand Hypasounds to mature audience. You know what I mean? To tell me now that I need some more of these songs that could carry me throughout the years.
Listening to this song, you said it's a very emotional song for you.
Yeah.
So that means that there's still love there for that Sunshine Girl.
I mean, something that paved the way, you can never forget. You can never forget. This one song is what have me flying the world, representing my country, walking red carpets and taking home awards. You know, being able to be in a position to change some people in my neighborhood life by supporting the dreams. So this song will always have a special place in my heart, you know.
Let's talk about that. You said, this song helped you to change some lives in your community. What do you mean by that?
I mean, we don't post everything, but like some people that was looking to start businesses. You know, I was able to help them through you learn to get started, to point them in directions. A whole lot of stuff, man. Just being the community guy.
Your community.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Let's talk about, because being a DJ, you have to carry a certain energy. You know, you're hyping the crowd. You know, you're playing the music. But transitioning now to singing, what was that transition like for you, especially after having to perform this song live?
Yeah, this transition,
or even recording it in studio.
Yeah, let's start from the recording stage. I remember going to Sebastian, who is Beijing Tube now, Bass Photography, and like all these guys know me as being a hype DJ, and I was like, yo, I got a soca song. I want you to take a listen to it, and I want to know if this could work, and I want to put it out there. And he listened to it, and he laughed for like 20 minutes. Sebastian was like big bad Hypasounds and coming singing this mushy thing. Because I guess they're looking for the lyric, the Timmy's, the Edwin, the Hyperdog stuff, right, you know? Right. And it was my first time actually recording. So it was a bit challenging, but we wanted to be ourselves, like, on the production, being on the record, on its whole, like, so we went with this whole, obviously I can't sing then, so I had the auto-tune and thing, but we make it like different. So it was, we already know that the song was a good song, but we tried to put styles to it, like make it sound like a different style, like, to create. So all this time now we were saying, oh, well, we're gonna do something now that when they hear it, oh yeah, but it sounds like that, but that's Hypasound. So we tried to get the listeners' ears like prick. So it was a very hard time in the studio trying to hit these. That time I ain't know nothing about no C major, no C minor, no B sharp, nothing. And you know, so he just carried me through the ropes and we recorded the song. But after hearing the final take with it and getting the background vocals on it, I was like, wow, like, nah, I don't think that I'm ready for this. We released the song on the radio the first day. The love was crazy. Now all the people that followed me in the streets from a DJ now, then like took up the song and just start like playing it, you know, at the shops, at home. The fans I used to take music for, I used to play it. They used to be so happy to know, like, yo, this is Hyper Boy, you hear Hypasound? You hear Hypasound, knowing that, you know, where it came from, doing the mix cities, on the tree, on the beach, just, you know, so everybody felt this vibe, and that energy took me, so I was on a hike there, like, yeah, boy, I feel, no.
Yeah.
Was first performance. No. Remember, I was a DJ. So I could walk out and I could fling tune and I could hype the crowd and go back behind the set and think, where I think, hey, I got this thing covered. When the band strike up, I start to play the song and I walk out. If the stage was like this, I going from here to there. Here. Like, that's when it was like, no, boy, there's a whole. So this take you back when I say, no, it took me some time to really get into the transition was hard, because being on stage as a DJ and being on stage singing now, entertaining, people will say it's the same stage, the same crowd, but it's a total different vibe, right? So I remember my first performance, Tim's on the Highway, which is now the Mighty Grinder Highway, and I had to dress everything correct, you know, to match the song, square mouths, button down shirt in, but roses and stuff, you know, selling it to the ladies. But the performance was not there because I didn't understand nothing about performing. Wow. So that transition. Then after my first performance, how I know the song was a good song, how it was well played on, being played on radio, well received in the streets. Like, I start to second guess, like, yo, like, you know what? You tell your story in this song, people love it. Just leave this where this is and go back to DJing. Just go back to DJing. And this song just took off a wave where all the call-in programs in Barbados, the young people station, the older stations, this song just started. So then I had no choice but to find a way to make this happen and go forward. I already had the people, but it was not about really the people, no, it's how I execute the song on stage. And that first year was very hard. Imagine having everything hit you by storm. You're telling a story about a feeling, the song becomes a hit, then every show for crop over for the season, they want you to perform. So it's like I had to start to, so that started to make me, so a couple of friends of mine, big up to Sam, Brett, these guys that been around me from neighborhood days, early days, they said like, yo, you got something going on, you're gonna have to do what it takes. You're gonna have to take voice training. You're gonna have to understand the business. You see the same way how you took the time to understand DJing and how to market yourself and CDs. You're gonna have to approach the game the same way. Once you approach the game the street way, it's gonna be hard for them to get you out. The commercial way may not understand you, but when it comes down now to see the following and how you branding, they can all fall back into line. And that's just what's happening right now. So I had no choice but to just open up, but easy said than done.
That's for sure. If you're not joining us, welcome to Conversations with the Artists. This week, we are talking to the man Hypasounds, representing Barbados and St Lucia as well. Yes, he's mixed. He has that flavor. If you listen to some of his songs, you will recognize there's that St Lucian flavor. So now you know for sure he's juggling, representing Barbados and St Lucia. Hypa, let's talk about the song Sweat.
Stories again. Sunshine Girl made me sweat. Yeah, so Sweat would have been the second release now. So after going through the entire season, Sebastian then said, yo, like, you got a vibe, you're humble. Then he really stated out some of the things that he liked, and from the previous year, which would be the first year, how I came to him. Like, I didn't come like because I was well known in the street as a DJ. I didn't come to him as, yeah, I got a song, I want you to do this. I come like, you feel this could work, or can we try this? So he just explained himself, and he was like, yo, let's go again. And we created Sweat. Another banger to the season. The second year, another banger, and just doing what it's supposed to do, man.
What was it like writing Sweat?
Sweat would have been pressured for me.
Okay.
Because the hype that came off of Sunshine Girl, and I remember now Sunshine Girl was just me spilling my feelings out. So now it's like Sunshine Girl had like 4 or 5 verses. Now I can't use the same the verses that I didn't use in the previous song to this new song. So remember now, yes, I might know music as a DJ, but understanding how this thing works as, I came from getting the final product and playing it. But now I in the shoes now where I creating that product for someone else to play. So it was a bit pressure. I was a bit pressured, like, what I gonna do, what I gonna sing about, how this thing gonna work, because I'm a person that once I in something, I like to go all out. I like to be the best at what I'm doing. I need it to be the best, even if it's not the best. I can work with it like it's the best. And I can't remember what was going on at the time, I think, but it was some line about sweat. I would barely let you sweat. And I was like, huh? Say that again. I go barely let you sweat. So I was like, I just making sure I'm gonna make you sweat like you never sweat me. Your temperature, it is boiling at my tongue. Just in the moment.
Wow.
And the rest was history.
Let's take a listen to Sweat, Hypasounds 2007.
Hypasounds. Oh yeah. You want sweat? You know it's your boy Hypasounds and DJ Timeless. All right. I'm gonna make you sweat. Your temperature it is boiling and my thermometer is rising. I love the way how you're moving and the way how the hips them twisting. Your body's on fire, but still you want me tired. It's hot up inside. Oh, give body so claritin. Keep her whining till morning. Tonight it is non-stop jamming. Master slow, it is no problem. She's falling up for more. Sweat dripping to the floor and happy to the core. But one thing is for sure.
Let's talk about Crop Over 2007 after you dropped the song. What was that like? You had Sunshine Girl, you had a vibe, you had an energy. Your performance-wise was weak, you said. You're feeling a little deflated, but somehow you came up with Sweat, dropped the tune. What was that like?
So I remember the first day releasing Sweat. Like I said, I'm a person that always like the plan, so it was like, all right, we dropping it the same day, the same May 23rd. We dropping this song, and this is the momentum we going. So we gonna build up a hype. So I still DJing. So all through the song, I'll be singing a song, playing a song, and I'll be like, I'm gonna make you sad. So that was my way of teasing. So people be like, what is going on? So I did a promo CD, and I mixed the song in it and put it out. So you never know, I tell you, I was just working off of my way of how I would promote as a DJ. So I not knowing the game that tall, so I gotta find a way that I could cut through, that I could still carry my DJ people with me along as an entertainer now, as an artist. Right. So then the song released now, and people was like, all the DJs show the love on the radio and stuff, because these guys know that, yo, this is Hyper Boy, always being the dub, or at the cruises together playing, street jams playing, this is Hyper, and they start to show the song some love, and people start to request this song, and the calling programs now, things start to up now, so they want to bring this guy in, because no, he's not a one-hit wonder, but he's not really a soca artist.
Soca artist, yeah.
So if you want to know what is this whole thing behind it, so I stayed away and went back to the streets and keep promoting, and the song just blew up the same way it blew up. And the females rock with me from day one. And yeah, when we got an event, especially one of the biggest events for Crop Over at the time would have been Soca on the Hill. And I'm from the north. So when I come out on Soca on the Hill that year, everybody from the north got sweatshirts, a big banner, you know, and like happy to see like yo, this is the kid, this is kid that
one of us.
This. Yeah. So things like that, and then receiving love from some of my DJ friends. like yourself on radio, beating the tune every minute is really bring that inspiration, you know, like, yeah, boy, like it could happen, just do it. But at the same time, it was just about DJing for me. I still had that love for DJing. I still believe that DJ is what going to make me fly out, travel the world, do everything I got to do through DJing.
So where did that change for you? At what point did you recognize, you know what, I need to take this soca thing seriously?
It would have been, so first 2 years was bang. Third year now is when I was blessed with a beautiful daughter, and I still released the music, but it was not on the level of the first 2 records.
Okay.
And I spent some time, any person that's watching the interview, listening, will understand when I say, when you get a firstborn, you see that firstborn, just to see that smile in your face when you're rocking, that's all you care about. So remember now, I still not really studying being an artist because I still DJing, but my daughter really took that whole, like, just like everything went aside. DJing, yeah, everything. So I spent a couple of years, I would say like 3 years, yeah. 2008, 2009, and then 2010, I decided to say, well, yeah, I gonna, you know, after taking a long break now,
right,
I used to get people saying, like, sounds like you're broke saying, but I know that dying you, you know. I know that dying you, like, you know, I know Father Life got you. I was like, cause people in the neighborhood know the love that I got for kids. And then actually see me having my own now is a whole different vibe. So I took that time off, started back then, 2010, where I say, yeah, well, just do back a record. Then it would have been 2011 when I say, you know what? I got to be able to be versatile. I got to maintain I got to balance being a DJ and an artist. Which one you love the most? You can't answer, but you got to pick because some people still do both. But the type of person that I am, I critique everything. And I wanted to, I said, well, you know what, if I finish, so I study it deep. I said, if I stop DJing now, I finish on a hype. Where it's not like, oh, he get popped down or he not doing this no more. So I said, you know what? Let me ease off of the DJing and focus on the career. So then now my daughter now was, you know, again I get daddy stage now, settling now. But now I will start vibing with her now in the car seat now. That's at 3-4 years old, I just vibing with her. And that's when we made the sound now that by just vibing in the car, the sound that actually now started the traveling, started the international awards, started the bookings, started to open up for me to see the world and understand things from a different perspective, and that would have been the sound rolling.
Let's talk a bit about that then. Since you moved there, let's talk about writing that one, because you said you know, you were vibing in the car with your daughter, and you know that's how it started. So what was it like writing Roll It?
So first it came from, I was going through the internet, so I said, yo, I want to start by doing the music. Now, first song was expressing a feeling. It did well. Second song, some kind of vibe like that, but still writing. So I say, you know what, let me just, next song I do, I just want to go and just say how I feel on records, you know, like let loose on it. Joe, I was now coming out to like a whole like grown man stuff time, and you know, so let me just let loose and make sure that these females that rock with me still there with me. So I was surfing internet and I was like, yo, I need something now, like in my culture, like the island style. And I saw this guy, which is Soca Child, the producer. He had this beat, just a loop, just writing coming up on Facebook saying, look out for new stuff from Soca Child 360, more to come, like the page, follow. So I was like, So me and my fast self hooked the computer into the DJ system, record it into the Pro Tools, and loop the beat and fly it for like 3 minutes.
Wow.
And every time I get to school, my daughter or something, she would just say, daddy bounce, because you don't roll it, got that kind of so she said, daddy bounce. She would just be in the car seat doing this. So it forced me then to keep playing this thing all the time. And then I would be like, yeah, what's that you doing? And when I look in the mirror, no, she would stop. I was like, what are you teasing me? Oh, what are you doing? What you doing? Like, just vibing. So I would just be playing it. And so then it was like, yo, crop over coming up now. So if I really need to put out a record, I gotta be up to par. So again, I started to feel now like, don't pressure yourself by writing, because that what I was doing through the years where I took some daddy time off. I was pressuring myself like, writing, and you gotta do this, and you got some lines, and 4 more lines, and then this bar complete, or this. And I was like, no, this is what I can do. I can just play the rhythm, just like how I used to vibe in the car, and let stuff be whatever supposed to be would be. So I just start singing, and I just remember that teasing line, like I was like, so I night you teasing me, the way you giving it to me. Gotta roll it, 'cause I still trying to stick with the ladies. And at that time now, like I said, I was now coming out to early fatherhood stages. So I went and signed up application forms, voicing envelopes all over, sending, because I was like, yo, I need to net some money now. I got a daughter now, so this thing ain't really working for me. And I remember I was working at DL Smith, and we were monitoring in Hilton. So when like Avon and big big brands come down, I'll be the one monitoring in the room when they got functions. Okay. And I freestyle the stuff and, tail it up a little bit. And I send the guy an email, say, hey, can I have a number for you? You have a beat that I got a song on. He was like, a beat that I have a song on? I said, yeah, the rhythm up thing you had on it. I said, but that's not a beat. So how you could do it? I said, but how you get it? I said, I just want you to hear this and see what you tell and see how it can happen. And when he played it, he was like, yo, I send in the files tonight.
Wow.
Tonight. And that was Soca Child from the UK, big up yourself. And we Skype. And in times it's just Skype. We Skyping and we working all the time, Skyping. And you may be surprised, right? That's why I tell you, music is a vibe. We made Roll It. We did Walk It Up Bad. We did Sweetness in Me with Alison Hines. Yeah, played the pan for me when I did Carnival Story for Timmy. And the music hit you, and you feel no pain. And I had never met this guy. How we doing this interview now? That's so. We made all these records and never in person, and it was just a vibe, man. Roll It just changed everything. Seeing the first time now, the story about it, right? And the story about Roll It, when I released Roll It now, remember I wanted the island style. Right. Barbados was not ready for that style as yet. And I can remember releasing Roll It and then do a job.
Wow.
And do a job for Crop Over. And they're like, yo, definitely this thing in for me. Definitely. And as soon as Crop Over finished, I start getting calls from New York, from Boston. Yo, this song here mashing up all the Trinidad gangs. Everybody playing this song. They're like, I want to gas me up because when it's my friends. And they took a trip. When they took that trip and saw the reaction, everything was over from there. That's where I found the love and understand what I need to do to form and mold and create the song with the brand Hypasounds that everybody hearing today.
Well, let's take a listen to this one. Roll It, coming out from Mr. Hypasounds.
Yo, come on, yo, come on, yo, come on, yo.
We doing it, 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 we could do this all night you're teasing me, the way you giving it to me. Girl, roll your bumper right back on me. You raising my passion, baby, and you got me feeling tipsy. Girl, roll your bumper right back on me. All night you're teasing me, the way you giving it to me. Girl, roll your bumper right back on me. You raising my passion, baby, and you got me feeling tipsy. Girl, roll your bumper right back on me. Shift it out there first, but in reverse. You moving it right. Baby, we could do this all night. You working out the like meters and do it all how I like. Baby, we could do this all night. How you do it first, me in one words, but I'm putting up a fight. Baby, we could do this all night. I feel it with something like this, and give it to
Everybody
me
watching, all the ladies that watching,
we could do this
all the ladies.
night.
Hey,
Girl, roll it.
Put your hands on your head and roll it. Girl, roll it. Put your hands on your waist and roll it. Girl, roll it. Just do anything and roll it.
Hypasounds, this is Conversations with the Artists, and this week we are featuring the man Hypasounds. Hyper, great to have you here on the show. Let's talk about getting that experience, getting that vibe, going to the States and recognizing that Roll It is really tearing up the event, the fets, the parties. Everybody's really now feeling, yo, this guy Hypasounds. Yeah, we loving his style.
It was a very emotional moment. I can remember shedding some tears when I actually was in the first place I saw the reaction live, apart from the videos that was being sent to my phone and voice note. First place I saw it was Boston Carnival. The officers, Caribbean officers on the side of the road and the pointing and the woo, and when the song just come on, shout out to Venom, Y2K, Warlock, Dooley, the whole family. Yeah, Tragic, everybody, you know. When these guys start to pump this thing on the road, and I just sitting on top of the truck and just seeing this, and I was like, yeah, boy. Like, yeah. I mean, the reason why I said it was a bit emotional because knowing that a record like this was released for Crop Over, same time in May, because I kept that same release in May all throughout the years, and went through an entire Crop Over and it wasn't received or nothing. And then to see like how everybody reacting to this song, like it almost felt like if I was dreaming, because it didn't happen in Barbados and this was just a dream, like this is what I wanted to happen. It almost felt something like that.
Wow. Hypasounds. We're moving on to Sunrise. Let's talk about that track.
Oh, Sunrise. Sunrise now would have been my first production, along with Timmy's Carnival Story. Sunrise would have been my first production. Now that's when from Roll It, I said, I'm gonna invest in myself from doing these shows and dub plates. And I started to set up my studio, Boom Music, which is now Boom Music. And I invested in some gear. And I was like, you know what? Every DJ that wants to be on top of the game got the players. Got the controllers, CD players, turntables to practice. So if I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability to be the best. I gotta be able to vibe, record demos, record dubs, do everything, get that practice vocally. I gotta be able to do this when I like how I want to prep myself, and also learn it to create a sound that when you hear a particular song, you know that this particular song, you know this is Hypasounds. And Sunrise was actually a Ciroc commercial. Was a Ciroc commercial.
Wow.
I was doing it for Ciroc to get some sponsorship with Ciroc, and they turned it down.
Wow.
And
wow.
I was disappointed, and I just say, you know what? I loved it, so I just turned it into song. The whole "I'll go straight till the sunrise," all that was still there, you know, for the Ciroc thing, because it was drinking Ciroc and feeling nice, you know, blueberry, the flavors was calling, and I was like, you know what? I even got to do this as a song, but I felt like I wanted it to be the ad, because it was my first production. I don't think that I was ready for the production yet, but you know, ad is just like 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
And Sunrise, then people start to love this sound that I was creating, the style, the sweet, but still the beat kind of got a little bounce to it, like a bash. And yeah, Sunrise.
By this time, were you just writing, or were you looking now for another hit?
Sunrise times. So after from Roll It, I start writing and just going to the mic and just say how I feel about things, or like what the rhythm want me to. It's very hard to understand when I like me saying it, but even though it's still good, I just put on a rhythm. If it's a rhythm I build or a rhythm I receive from another producer, put it on and just vibe with it and settings, even if I mumble, and you know, to let the vibe flow naturally. And just so at this time I was just creating now the sound, the Hypasound. I don't worry about the hits part. I was creating the sound and just trying to build catalog, put songs underneath the name.
All right, let's take in Sunrise coming out from Hypasounds.
You know it's your boy Hypasounds and DJ Timeless.
Drinking crazy, love it all. And if I got that kind of girl is what I want. One of them special type of ladies, the party fill them on. Now we want me leaving. Till the sun start rising. And it's not the starting. And it's not the starting. Hold the gal and dish it. Hold the gal and wine up on it. Hold the gal and dish it. Hold the gal and wine up on it. Hold the gal and
When it comes to the songs and the ladies, Hypasounds, Sunrise. Now, you said it started out as a commercial.
As you can still hear the Ciroc still in there,
As you
drinking
can still hear the
Ciroc.
Ciroc is still in there. But turning it into a song and still being able to capture the hearts of the ladies, what was that like?
Sometimes I start understanding things a bit more. So I start telling my stories, what I do, what happened to the crew when we go out. But then I start to understand that there's some things that still got to structure it because there's a record now. It's not like you just freestyling on the street or something. So I would try to get as much reality to things. And by me going to events, things that happen, I always take in things from everything. Like going to like we're not leaving to the sun, you know. I mean, 2 feet could be hurting, but we're not like you go to a party and we had a good vibe. You don't want to leave. You're holding a girl and you're whining. Like you know the talk back then you would say, I barely hold on. So I just used to take all of my slangs and things that we would say and different little things and just put it in the song and just but still be mindful that I targeting the ladies. The ladies is where you're going all the time.
I'm going to ask you now, because listening to your music, although yes, you are targeting the ladies, you don't hear the usual, like, jump down a bumper, all of these things that we've grown accustomed to hearing in music. How is it that you're able to write these songs that anybody can listen to and party to, but women don't feel like they're being targeted?
That's basically, I guess, growing up, the Lucian background play a very important part there. Where coming up, you're hearing the WCKs and the jam band and you know the bouillons and thing and the styles, like, is, even if it's repetitive, just make it something that's nice. So you would try to say certain things. If you would hear me speaking like a Bajan, but when I singing, sometimes you can't really tell like, this is a Bajan or because that's where the culture takes over there. Okay.
So it's all about your Lucian culture that really helps you create this music. You talked about Sunshine. You talked about creating your own studio. What was that like now? Producing, learning to produce, learning to create, learning chords, because, you know, being a DJ, you don't really worry so much about chords because it's not something you have to think about. But now moving into this arena where you have to think about chords, progressions, keys, and skating key, and all these different things. What was that like with your studio, building out your studio?
So when the studio first launched, so from Roll It, I would have received the rhythm from Soca Child, and the Walk It Up By, the Alison Hines, me and Alison Hines, those tracks I would have received from Soca Child as well. I like that from Blood would have been the rhythm. So what it was doing is, so all along, this was like I said, this was a plan. Like after I realized what I really want to see myself going, where I want to be, I start planning it. So I start accepting. So all when I had the studio, I was not producing fully. So because the studio came in 2011. My first production would have been the Sunrise in 2013. But all the while now I was getting rhythms from people and just voicing to maintain the Hypasounds that they know maintain. So it's less stress for me. I just got to come up with the song, and I would have always recorded my own vocals. So I've been recording my own vocals from that time. So I focus on timeless got rhythm. Oh, I like that. I can get that. I ain't saying that. I ain't want that because I can try to produce, because then now I still learning. Right. So I voice on enough things that I could have a lot of singles, that I could just shoot out singles. But at the same time, I was learning. I remember even recording Roll It, working on Roll It. So the studio computers, 2 screens. So one screen is Pro Tools, the next screen is YouTube, how to all the time. Wow. So I actually recording the record, working on the record, but still pulling out YouTube to find out how to do this, how to do that, you know, and tutorials, man. As a lover for tutorials, as a person that could just in free time, I would just lay or just sit down and just watch YouTube peer tutorials about all kind of things. So, you know, it becomes now a memory game. So you're watching all these things, and then you have no, you know, like you're watching it and you gotta wait now to go to school to. You have your studio there, so you're doing things, so the memories start coming. Or to get this happen, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So just learning along the way that I was putting out the singles. So I learned the singles talk for me. So when I put a single out that shine, yeah, that give me time now to go and create and create and create.
In your career, we can safely say you really burst onto the scene overseas while still struggling to really make a huge impact at home. What was that like? Recognizing that when you put out certain songs, you're getting these calls from Brooklyn, Boston, you know, Canada, wherever, saying, yo, your music is really rocking out here, and you know, you're really doing it. But at home, although yes, you're getting the push, it's not at the same level that you're receiving those calls from overseas.
It was a bit disappointing, but at the same time, I was understanding you're not doing what your country is doing. So you got to accept the fact. So it was kind of a risk because at the same time, I was building a brand, building the sound, and still trying to maintain and get people to understand that, to accept this is what I know and this is what I was doing. It was very disappointed because to see the music being received overseas, and then hear the fans love it, the DJs will bump it, but for some reason, the competitions, the things that you know that would really seal the deal now,
Right.
I wasn't getting it here. So that's when all I realized then that I'm not doing nothing wrong, because if I can't make a competition where you just gotta submit a CD, but a promoter could fly me out, or promoters could fly me out every weekend and invest money, because flying out an artist is investing money, you're putting on a show. So a promoter could do this every weekend, every other weekend, whichever, and they flying out, and every show sold out. Fans just happy, people meet me at airports, and then so I started to say, you know what? I just came to the point where I just say, you know what? It could be not. It's not. I don't think it's not anything personal. It's just that they're probably not to the stage where what I'm doing at that point in time was not. They didn't see it like if it had any value to the industry, to the festival. So I just accept it as it is and just say, like, you know what, that's not gonna stop me. So that's why year after year you would still see me bring out the music and feel passionate about it, and still breaking barriers and everything, because I get to realize, and that's something as a creative, sometimes we gotta understand, we gotta take our personal feelings out of these things. Because somebody said no is not no because you're not good. It might be no because they don't understand, you know?
Let's go forward now to the song Dip. This song really took the world by storm, and I think you can't go anywhere and not perform this song Dip. Let's talk a bit about this one.
So remember I said my first production was 2013.
Yeah.
So the brand was coming, the sound was coming. So only thing was missing in the package now is some production. So the second production would have been Then How She Like It, but we on to Dip. So Dip now was when I understand the entertainment, I understand the stage, I understand about the brand billing, the image, the sound. I understand everything. I understand now if I looking for something and no one understand what I'm doing, I gotta create it and feed it to the world and feed it to the country. So Dip was one of the songs now that where the real Hypasounds, not Damien the person now.
Okay.
The brand Hypasounds now was stepping out now and like understanding now the commanding like yeah, I'm here, and you know, walking out on stage like with confidence, because then now I was creating those type of songs because it was Sunshine Girl and Sweat and Roll It. In no way that I could run out with a song. How I can't run out singing "You are my sunshine girl." You understand? I can't run out, but now I can run out like this and that. So I started to do a lot of commanding songs.
Okay.
Because then I say if that's the only way for me to break loose of the shyness, I can go and do commanding songs to really to get like that. And Dip was a production that I really enjoyed doing. Was a bit skeptical because of the type of songs I was doing before. A lot of people had type of songs as this like saying like, yeah, this is nice, because how I feed them in the industry, the Sunshine Girls, the Sweat, the Sunrise, the Roll It, like this is nice. So I remember actually telling Rochelle when she sung on the backup, I was like, you feel like I could sing the down on the pole, spread your legs and dip, go a little low and dip, hold on on the pole, and she was like, boy, that good. I was like, but Roy, don't know how the people get take this area. Cause like I tell you, any person watching the interview where we say, but he don't believe in himself. But no, is that I'm a big critic. Cause I can't picture myself saying these kind of things, you know. But then it sounded good, but I don't know if it was Hypasounds. So after recording the record, no, and speaking about it, you know, I used to always see girls love a girl as quick as a girl don't want dance with you. You know what she's do? A girl would be bending over. A girl would be doing all kind of different time she ain't want dance with you. You know what she doing? She going down low to see if it could get down there. So the intro came from how she like it. People was keep telling me, you be one that how she like it, be one. So that's where you get. So like I tell you, I speak and sing reality in all of my songs, just that people never really pay attention. So I was like, you said the one, another one. So I be giving them another one. And it was just that song that, ladies, that's how you know who leg game strong, boy, who's kid leg game in the gym. Big ups to all the, I want to say big ups to all the fitness centers over there, because a lot of the fitness centers and you know, with the whole exercise, everybody cautious on the people start working out, start spinning to this song. I really took it to the next level, you know. So big ups to all the fitness centers out there that be pumping Hypasounds.
Well, let's take a listen to Dip, Hypasounds.
Get down, funny boy, funny boy. Hold on, funny boy, funny boy. If the time when you work any boy. Hold on, funny boy, funny boy. Get down, funny boy, funny boy. Hold on, funny boy, funny boy. If the time when you work any boy. Hold on, funny boy, funny boy. Dip, 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 dip. Spread your legs and dip, 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 dip. Go a little lower and dip, 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 dip. Go a little faster, dip, 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 dip.
Have you ever?
When it's so yet full workout, I can't drip in this sweat. Position yourself, everything well said. Like security, gal, I don't check. You don't make the deck, so take where you get something you want regret. But how she whip and she dip, and but she miss and she dip. Look how she whip and she dip, how she dip, wine and dip, whip and dip, and but she miss and she dip. Look how she whip and she dip, how she dip, wine and dip. Get down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Hold on, pretty boy, pretty boy. If take the time when you work any boy. Hold on, pretty boy, pretty boy. Get down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Hold on, pretty boy, pretty boy. If take the time when you work any boy.
Ladies,
Pretty boy, pretty boy.
dip, Hypasounds. Let's talk about working with Rochelle, because I recognize that for the voice, you have a particular voice in your background vocals seems to be Rochelle. Let's talk a bit about choosing who you work with in your productions.
Ro is a vibe on her own, man. She's very talented, and Ro know way like in my songs already. That kind of songs that he's got Ro doing some things, saying some things, you know. But she got a voice there that I think that it meshes correct with my voice, and don't care what I sing, Rochelle can always find some kind of harmony, sometimes at this stage I do songs and I'd be like, I don't think I want no backups in this, or I would say, Ro, hear this. You can hear anything in this, and then she send back some things, you know, and it's just a vibe, it's just a chemistry, man. We were you would have heard her on from Bam Bam Ba, Get Up and Move, and Dit. You would have heard her on Tight Situation. So many songs you hear Rochelle on. You know, we create a vibe, and she always said thanks for trusting her, but I always said thanks for putting up with me, because she know what kind of person I like everything to be down to a T. And she just come in the studio and just nail everything, nail it. Everything that Rochelle hit. So I know it's ready to get she sing a song, but you know, she ain't like the soca thing, but she got that voice, man.
Very talented young lady. Since we were talking a bit about How She Like It, let's go back to that one, because I think that's a very crucial song. As you said, you know, that was the one really that cemented things for Hypasounds.
How She Like It. So How She Like It would have came in my ninth year in my career, and How She Like It was a bit like a bittersweet kind of song. Okay. Like everybody been saying, yeah, songs, you're doing it this good, but to me, I still feel like I wasn't really getting the respect, being where I want to be from my country. And you will get people, somebody saying, like, sometimes you get people say, yeah, this song good, I can't wait to hear you songs and this and that, and then like you ain't putting forward, you ain't allowing me, you ain't letting me loose. And then like same thing like the competitions and thing, like I would not get in the competitions, which is okay. But then you won't call me to perform at the after party. So how I not good for the competition, but you want me? So it was a bit it was a bit me venting, but still reminding myself, you are for the ladies. You are known to do them kind of songs. So that's why I will break it down, and you will get set up your face and give me what, hold on for me and give me joke. If on your shoes, that's just for the ladies, cause you know how I like it go down. So where it get direct now, it's been so long. It's been so long since you got me and you've been doing it like this. Give me what you got for me. If I that good, don't give nobody. But this is my favorite song. You could do what you want, I still won't resist. You could pin me onto a pole, meaning you could put my back against the wall, my body can be controlled, but when the music stopped, so I still had to, and then put in a little, like take a little wine on the spot, you know, because you can't really bring out some blood.
Right.
And then we can show them how we just done the place. Like we do this, baby. Go down when you're going. So it was a bit of me venting, but still creating, because I was getting tired of people saying, yeah, you're good. And this ain't happening, but you know, play and let the people hear what's going on, man.
Hypasounds!
Set up the face and give me what? Hold on for me and give me jump. Keep on your shoes and climb and Catch on it, tip on your toe and drop right down on it. Y'all bounce on it, stick on it, roll on it. Catch on it,
You listening?
tip on your toe and drop right down on it. Since you put it on me and got me feeling like this.
Give me what you got for me. Don't bother.
This is my favorite song. Can't do anything you want and I won't resist.
Give me what you got for me. Don't bother. Give me
You can ping me on this ball, make your body be the control. If the music stop, take a little wine on this one. Look me when you're giving me plenty ways.
Ready?
Let me show them now how we just stand the place. Let me do this, baby.
Hypasounds, how she like it. If you're now joining us, welcome to Conversations with the Artists. This week we are in Bridgetown, Barbados. We are talking to the man Hypasounds, the ladies' man. He's also repping the St Lucian flag as well. As we start to move into the more Lucian type of vibes now, this is the perfect time. Hyper, let's talk a bit about music. One of your latest releases, music. Let's talk a bit about this track.
Music. So music is basically a song dedicated to paying homage to my grandma. Throughout the years, my grandmother would have been right there with me. At the time I was living by her, and every song, all these songs that we've been playing, I've been creating, recording by her, and she would come and say, yeah, dear, I love that one, and dance, and then she would say, ooh, something like that. One time you go down Grosile, and you hear a beat like that, you start to woo, and that time you got on your skirt and the head tell you, and you telling stories and thing, and things was getting like, let's say like grown man stuff. I decided to move out, get my home, go on my own, so I could expand the studio now into something. But then I realized that I'm missing something. Like I'm missing that, like hearing, yeah boy, mute the guitar, let the drum beat, I start like miss, so I started to like feel and miss Grand.
Okay.
And I just had the vibe when I was creating the melody, the end. So I started off the beat. The beat was produced by myself, and it was written by me and my brethren Co Chisel from the UK. I said, I have a song here, and this is how I want to do it. La musique la douille café ou danse koha. A copy koha, ule koha, and he said, which means when the music sweet, it is make you dance like that.
Okay.
Right, that's the part I had. So he give me the corkscrew like that, roll it like that, and then hey, can I do something good for me? Bam, and he's an artist that's just flow with his vibe together. So the whole thing with the beat. The lyrics, obviously, like I say, you got to know when to merge things and understand it's entertainment.
Right.
And you're not doing things for yourself, it's for the fans.
Right.
You got to please the fans. So the beat, the vibe, the whole Lucian vibe, just paying homage to her, like how she would come and dance. So while I was building the rhythm, like I would be building the rhythm, doing certain things, recording the demo, and I could just hit the ground and make head saying, yeah, boy, I like that. And one of the things that I did before anybody heard the song, I burned it on a CD and took it to her and said, Grants, this is your song. Regardless if it do good or not, this is the song that I made for you.
Let's take a listen. Hypasounds.
La musique la douille café ou danse koha. A copy koha, ule koha. When the music society making you dance like that, corkscrew like that, roll it like that. Hey girl, do something good for me. Bend your back, baby, touch your toe. Roll the thing like a spoon of honey. Shoot it, you want to push it back, drop it, when the thing so sweet, you clap. Can't take no one. La musique la douille café ou danse koha. A copy koha, ule koha. When the music shot, tell do not put that girl up. When the music sweet, don't stop. Take it down to ground till it drop. And then bubble up like a pepper. Let me see.
Hypasounds. So, what's the vibe like, especially in St Lucia? You got any feedback from St Lucia on this your music?
Pardon?
You received any feedback from St St with your music, especially this song?
Yeah. Well, this one released last year when we was in pandemic, but
Right.
first I actually went to St Lucia and do the whole promo stuff, and well received. Working with G6 Productions, and the Lucian people being supporting from the time that they know that I was, my family actually telling me that, yo, he's Lucian. I remember going over there and doing my first show in 2016 and performing, and I came out and started talking the Creole and thing, and everybody was like, yeah, he ain't faking it. He's one of me.
Now that you've been accepted into Barbados, the homes and the ears and the hearts of Bajans and, of course, those around the world, what can you say brings you the most joy? What about this singing, but not this music, brings you the most joy?
Being able to know that I could change the mood of a person from a sad, going through a hard time, and just hear a song and I put a smile on somebody's face. Being able to that kids really look up to me. Some people look up to me as being inspired to see, like, despite all the things that I've been through and how things went for me, I stick to what I know, what is best for me, and made it work. Just to know that people could be inspired by my work is one of the best things, man. And actually working, doing something that I love, because more times we get a job and we might go a 9 to 5, but music is the second. But to know that I can actually, my full-time job is something that I love doing, that I got a passion for, that means a lot.
How do you juggle father life and entertainment life? Because like you said before, flying out every weekend, you're doing these jobs, you may come back, you gotta fly out again. How do you handle daddy life, entertainment life? How's your daughter feeling as well, being a part of this whole, not just knowing daddy, but Hypasounds?
First of all, my daughter sees me as Damien, daddy, and it was a bit challenging at first because for a time she was young. Although I took some time from like heavy, it still paid the bills. You still got to travel. And I remember times going away and coming back and she not even recognizing who I am. And I like, wow, so then it forced me now to start letting her come up with me, but my grandmother see when they say that I working on a song, this is what I doing, take her to the radio station. When I say that I going to do an interview, this is what's be happening, When I travel in them early stages, time to make sure that she have a phone, a computer there, that we could Skype, because that time you don't know WhatsApp, no video call, you don't know what that is. So is Skyping, and that she could still see me, and I would say, yeah, well, this is a plane. Take some videos and thing and save it, and then show her when I come back, this is where the plane is go up, and this is, just educating her on what I do. And then the next thing would have been speaking to her first about my music, the type of music I doing, and the content in my music. So if I explain to you why certain things happen, in worst case scenario, you don't have to really bother about what nobody telling you, or you don't got to feel no way. And I said, because I sing this type of music, or I might say certain things in the song, that doesn't change the fact that that Hypasounds, the entertainer, and Damien Kenz's dad is too, you know, that don't fit.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think having your daughter as well has influenced your music?
Yeah, going harder to know that it's a big responsibility on my hands. I think that every man should, it's something that every man should know, that you got to be there for your kids, and despite if how busy you are, whatever it is, you must be there. You got to play that role. That's a must. Yeah, you have to be there. And she really, it changed her. I mean, kind of way was saying certain things I would not want to say in songs, but like I said, I explained certain things and to her, and it made me go hard to know that 10 years down the line, if she come and say, well, I want to go college, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, it made me go extra hard to know that I got to set a foundation for her, make sure that there's a roof there over her head, and support the same way from her family, the same way the support, but not because I know, well, on her mother's side that it would have been taken care of, doesn't mean that I can't go extra hard to double it. So just knowing that this is the reason why I've been putting in all this work, that God forbid times pass on, that is something that she could reflect on and, you know, gain from, and not be saying, oh, well, my daddy was this person, my daddy used to go 20 places and on, and, you know, like, you gotta be able to do things.
Fantastic words coming down from the man Hypasounds. Let's move on to Tight Situation. Let's talk a bit about this track. And you know,
Tight Situation speaks. Tight Situation speaks for itself. I built the rhythm, and it was a track. I was going to do a collab with Edwin Yearwood, had the demo and thing, but that didn't work out. Our times were clashing, and again, I just tell these stories. It was in a tight situation, very tight. At some point in time, all of us be in a tight situation. Whether it's a situation where you don't know if to eat macaroni pie today or eat a salad, is a situation, right?
But we want to know, what was the tight situation that made you sing this song?
If I'm gonna be a good boy or a bad boy. Now, my tight situation is just a storytelling. Just a reality topic, man. Like, people, not well per se happening to me, but you know, just hearing some friends speak about lives. You know, like I said, I try to put a lot of reality into my music so that it could connect a lot. Just hearing stories, man. Just hearing stories.
Let's take this one coming up from Hypasounds. Tight Situation.
Wind up on it, girl. Wine, push back on it, one more time. Oh my goodness, girl. When she wind and roll, cock it and roll, and pushing it and take full control. Girl, you put me in a tight situation. When she wind and roll, cock it and roll, and pushing it and take full control. Girl, you put me in a tight situation. When she bounce on the tip, she making me hold on the tight grip. Yeah, how you doing it? How you doing it? Why you doing it? She want me sink it like the Titanic, with all of my might and we can handle it. Yeah, how you doing it? How you doing it? Why you doing it? When she whine and roll, cock it and roll, and pushing it and take full control. Yeah, you put me in a tight situation. When she whine and roll, cock it and roll, and pushing it and take full control. Yeah, you put me in a tight situation.
As the time is counting down, Hypasounds, I want to say thank you so much for taking the opportunity to open up and share your story with us right here on Conversations with the Artists. Before we get into this final song, I want you to do you have any advice for those young artists out there still trying to make it, or even considering the life of an entertainer?
Advice. I mean, I'm still learning myself, but if there's anyone out there that really look up to me and be inspired, and just keep putting in the work. First of all, look at yourself as a brand. Matter of fact, it might not even be. I just want to widen it. Not only an artist or whatever, but once you're creative, just understand that what you put out, you can't call it back. So whatever you're gonna do, have a plan. Make sure that you're around the right people. Now, yes, people. And I'm gonna speak it like this clear, because sometimes people will say, many times when they say that, people say you speak from an artist perspective, just talking. So I want you widen it. So now I learned from that. So because I got some people now that might be chefs or whatever, but might be inspired on what you're doing. Just believe in what you're doing and work for tomorrow and not today. Yeah.
I like that. Let's talk about this song, Fessa. The final song on your list. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah, Fessa was produced by G6 Production, was written by myself and Coach Chisel. So, you remember early in the interview, we were speaking about me doing styles the island style that wasn't really accepted and people wasn't really. So I realized then that a lot of artists realized that the island style was working for me. So they actually, jump on board, try to be a part of the whole movement. So like in anything you do, you always have to be up in the game. So this is when I say, you know what? I never really do the song really like for St Lucia, or for Creole people in the whole. So I said, this is what's gonna happen here now. Everybody trying to get the island style. So some conquering it, some not doing it correct, but because of the island music, the beat is so sweet that anything can pass. So I say, you know what? I gotta up the level some more. I'm gonna start singing the Creole in the songs now. And I had the hook again, like I tell you, because I got the studio, I always vibing, create a demo and send it to G6 and said, yo, I want a beat for this, because I wanted it to be, I could have done the beat, but I wanted it to sound different. I wanted a different sound. And that's something as an artist and producer, sometimes you gotta understand that sometimes you gotta know when to step back and to reinvent. So I wanted a different sound, and I just sent him the Fedado Fessa. And when he sent back the beat, now I let the guy coaches hear it. And Coach Chisel was just going in, balance it, guys. Just balance it. Big bumper, guy. No? So Coach Chisel is this guy, that from the time I sent him a vibe, he can just start spitting just all up and send. So I had to bring it back and yeah, boy, this is too much to put in one song, boy. This is way too much. We gotta chop up this. And the song had a vibe alone just from the beat, and that's the Dennery song. Which Dennery is a place in St Lucia, like a community in St Lucia. That's the same way how we got a neighborhood, and that's the style of music that they do down there. And when Six sent me this thing, I was like, yo, we got another one on our hands, boy. But it was for St Lucia because it was the first time I was speaking the Creole in the song. Right. So I don't know how Barbados would have really thought. If I was doing the island style and singing in English and I wasn't really feeling it, right. I was like, but definitely. So the whole thing was tight situation was supposed to be for Barbados, and Fessa was supposed to be for St Lucia. right? But something about Creole, even if people don't understand what you're saying, it just sounds so sweet.
Yeah.
So basically, fed da do, sa. Chiffonne epsukwe. It means make your bum do that. So understand what I'm saying? So if I had did the song in English and just say, make your bum do that. Make your bum do that. You would have been like, what's this type of song singing? But because I say, fed da do, sa. Chiffonne epsukwe. So you hearing these fancy things in there now, and you telling yourself like, yeah, this is it. You know, so the people really rock with me with this one, and it really surprised that not only St Lucia that it took over, it ended up being one of the biggest songs for Crop Over 2019, which would have been my last run on the tours and everything with Fessa, man. So every song, right, really have a story behind it because of how I structure my music and how I deal with my career. And it's good when I can sit back, and because sometimes when I doubt in myself about a particular project, I just look back and say, yo, you remember this is the song that you don't really think that this line would have make a difference, but it did make a, you know, so it's good that these things be happening, that I can look back into the songs that I really see. But Fessa is the song now that I think is going to stay there, like Roll It, like Sugar Rush, and like How She Like It. I think that song is going to stay with them. Thanks for everybody that been rocking with me throughout the years and supported Fessa. We can't wait until outside is open up again, so I could see so I could touch one of everything. You don't know, Timeless? Pick up yourselves for rocking with the kid all the time, playing the music, man. Can't wait to see it again too, brother.
Thank you so much, Hypasounds. This was really a very interesting interview. Thank you so much for taking the time out to being a part of our show right here on Conversations with the Artists. Going to leave you this one coming out from Hypasounds, a big track called Fessa. Until next time, be good, be safe, all right? This has been Conversations with the Artists.
Chiffonne epsukwe. Make your bum do that. Run follow pan shake it. Fed da do Fessa. Chiffonne epsukwe. Make your bum do that. Run follow pan shake it. Balance it, gal, just balance it. Big bumper, gal, no one can manage it. Shake the thing, gal, I'll pay the damages. Do as you like, gal, I know what your habit is.